Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Rodan. And today, as you can see, I'm still continuing my Disney movie marathon, where I'll be talking about Disney and the movies, of course, other merchandising, theme parks, I don't know, whatever the case may be. If it's related to Disney in any shape or form, then yes, of course, I'll be talking about it. So let's just get straight to the point, shall we? So here we go, I reckon. Okay, I realize that horror isn't exactly the first thing that pops to mind when it comes to Disney. I know they haven't done spooky stuff before because they have, but they're not exactly the type to do this kind of stuff, I guess. I mean, unless you're one of the homophobes out there that assumes that having a lesbian couple out there in the world is somehow in itself scary, I guess. But anyway, having Disney do this kind of a thing would be fine, I guess. I don't mind it really. I think it's a pretty good idea, actually. Yes, I do realize that Disney is traditionally known for having some kind of family friendly content, and exploring this darker horror themed Disney story could be an intriguing idea. I mean, it doesn't have to be like super bloody or gory, of course not. It could be some violence thrown in there, but look at movies like for example, let me see on top of my head, let's say those movies out there like The Black Cauldron. It does definitely have some dark moments throughout the entire movie. The overtone's kind of dark. Same thing with Hocus Pocus. Yeah, both movies are technically, but I do think the first movie is the better one of the two, if you ask me. But those movies have their own elements of that kind of a thing, I guess. Having a spooky tale set in a haunted Disney castle or a theme park could make a good setting for one of these types of movies. Yeah, have it placed in a crazy castle, like a princess castle or something. Because Disney is known for having Disney princesses, right? So you can use that as a horror story. Have a castle, a princess castle that's haunted, maybe, and the main character and her friends will have to take care of that. Or you can literally use one of the theme parks. Yeah, one of the theme parks could actually be used as a theme park setting kind of thing. Yeah, use the entire theme park. You know, one of the theme parks, it doesn't matter where, I guess. It could be in Japan, it could be in whatever, it doesn't matter. But one of the Disney theme parks, it could be like in a modern time. Since Disney wants to pretty much modernize everything nowadays. So you can actually have one of these types of theme parks be spooky or whatever, like it's haunted or something. And if you don't want to do that, another thing I would definitely say is that maybe have a mystery revolving around enchanted items. Like maybe some enchanted items have some kind of possession, I guess, and you can find a way to do that kind of thing. Or you can have like some cursed items somewhere, maybe in a mansion. Maybe there's a mansion out there somewhere that has some cursed items, and the main characters could just stumble across it or something. I don't know. There's like a lot of ways you can actually do this, of course. And I don't know. There's like quite a few things you can actually do, of course. And I know the whole thing with cursed fairy tales. Yeah, cursed fairy tales is another thing you can do. I mean, sure, you can use that. A cursed fairy tale kind of a thing could be used as a theme for this kind of a thing, I guess. And if done properly, sure, you can make it seem proper and whatnot. And you could involve ghosts, goblins, vampires, witches, stuff like that. And just you just get really creative with it, I guess. Get really creative with it. Some kind of demonic possession, I guess, of some sort. I mean, I know that's awfully vague. I know I do realize, but it's like more of a general idea of anything, I guess. Sure. And so you maybe do something like that, I guess. I don't know. I guess. But again, that's just something I'll be thinking about. So yeah, you can do. You can have a story featuring some Disney villains in a more sinister horror themed adventure of some kind. Of course, I don't know, but yes, I understand they could also put a problem because I know a lot of the parents can be really a lot of the parents out there can be really sensitive. Of course, so yeah, I don't mind this kind of thing. I don't mind having this kind of thing in a more gloomy, more intense Disney style esque horror story. even if it may challenge the traditional expectations or provoke some parental concern. Of course, creating a Disney horror themed kind of a movie that could push boundaries could, of course, end up exploring themes like the supernatural curses as mentioned before, haunted locations, or scary, sinister fairy tale elements. All of it could be in a stylized, imaginative framework in which you can actually do, of course. And I mean, it can be done tastefully, obviously. Okay, let's go with vampires. Yeah, I know this sounds random, but I'm just giving a general concept, if anything. In outer space, yeah, let's just say like those an outer space. Kind of going for like a Star Wars type of movie, kind of a thing. Since Disney's making so many stories that revolve around the Jedi and all that, so let's just throw that into the mix, shall we? I mean, I can see potential in this if done properly, obviously. So I just thought this could be thrown in here, of course. It could be just a single movie. It doesn't necessarily have to be a trilogy. It could be just one of those side things, I guess. Yeah, I know that seems kind of stretching it. I guess it might seem like over the top, but just saying. Maybe the setting could be like this could be maybe a mysterious ancient planet, and let's say in the outer rim that's known for its dark history and hidden secrets. I guess the planet's surface could be surrounded in some kind of some kind of it's like almost forever dark. I guess those ancient ruins and it's really dense, foggy, shady forest. I guess you would say. And for the vampire lore, these vampires could be like this ancient species or maybe a cursed lineage. Either and or you'd be fine. Perhaps maybe originating from like a Sith experiment that's gone wrong, or maybe an alien species that's native to a forgotten part of the galaxy, perhaps. And they possess the traditional vampiric traits, of course, immortal, they can live forever, enhanced strength, and can be really good in fighting. Um, Being really agile and the ability to drain energy, or through blood. You can either suck the person's energy or slash probably blood. You can go either way, I guess. You can either drain their energy, or just drain the blood. You can probably go either way, I guess. But yeah, maybe some may have some force abilities like mind control or shade manipulation, making them even more formidable, I guess. But anyway, folks, it's just something else. Just doing a little throwing something out there. I think it could be done if Disney what he wants to go into this for, I guess, and whatnot. And you could have like one Jedi. It doesn't matter what the gender is, he or she or whatever. And she maybe she or he will have to probably fight one of them, or maybe becomes friends with one of them. Maybe I don't know. There's like so many possibilities. Anyway, that'll be it, folks. So like I said, I just want to do something real quick. So as always, thanks for watching. See ya. Oh yeah.